Dearest friends, it's me, Javier. Today I want to talk to you about education and human values, since that's the whole reason I'm here in Thailand at the Sathya Sai School for Education and Human Values. So, human values essentially is a form of character education, teaching the student and the person how to be a complete whole citizen, to do right, and to love others. Essentially, when you boil it down, the whole purpose is to be happy so that you can make others happy. I was first introduced to human values by my professor at North Park University, Tom Zell. Tom Zell saw the work that myself and a few friends of mine were doing with our outreach youth orchestra programs, namely the Yours Project, that's now part of the People's Music School. And he saw the transformative power that a rigid musical education had on the students, not just in terms of their musical ability, but also in terms of their social ability and their self-esteem and their ability to feel strong and feel good about themselves. So he started to do some research and he stumbled upon education and human values. And human values, as a teaching technique, centers around 5 pillars as they appear in almost all religions, cultures, and creeds around the world. Those 5 pillars are love, truth, peace, nonviolence, and right action. So the idea is that you look at life through the lens of these 5 universal human values. So we spend time in the classroom talking about love. You know, what is love? What are the different kinds of love? How do you love yourself? How do you love the other person? Truth. What does truth mean for you? What does it mean when you are untruthful? What happens to you when you don't tell the truth? What happens to the other? It's a lot of introspection, looking inside, and then looking on how you can live a better life, how you can be happier, and then how you can make other people around you happy. So as soon as I was introduced to human values, I immediately recognized that's something that was for me and something that I wanted to integrate more into the classroom. Being a music teacher, I kind of naturally already taught human values. I just wasn't calling it that. I didn't know what it was. You know, for me, music has a lot of applications to life. So, for example, when an instrument is in tune, or in the orchestra, when the instruments tune into each other, it creates harmony, and that is a beautiful thing. And I often think of the orchestra as a microcosm of the world. What if we could all exist in this harmony throughout the entire world? Wouldn't that be beautiful? So now that I was introduced to human values when I went to a workshop at North Park in September, I said, yes, I love this, and I am going to dedicate myself to doing this for my students where I teach at Lane Sec High School. So each week, what I did is I picked a thought of the week, and then I would pick a universal value, let's say love, and then I would pick a sub-value, let's say self-love or self-compassion, and here's where you can really get creative with the sub-values, you know, trust, responsibility. The list really goes on, and then we would spend a little bit of time in the classroom each day talking about the universal value, the sub-value, and then the thought of the week. And we use different teaching techniques such as storytelling, silent sitting, and singing, and anything that we did, we would connect it back to what the theme of the week was. And I personally experienced a transformation in my students. Towards the end of the year, the students said that they felt so much better about themselves, they felt so much better about life. And same thing for me. I grew so much as a teacher this year, and as a person, as a human being, I grew so much doing human values in my classroom every week. So I hope that it's something that you that you think about and you want to explore more. It's not just for teaching. It could be for any profession, even just in personal practice. Spending some time every week thinking about, you know, love and truth, peace, nonviolence, right action. It's just good to be mindful and aware of these things in a culture that often focuses on very negative things, and you know, sometimes it's unavoidable, but as much as possible I think it's good to bring it back and to think about very positive things. One thing I do want to say about human values is there's no religious context to human values. It is meant, it was designed to be integrated, to be assimilated into really anything. It does not take away from someone's faith. If you are a person of faith, it only enhances your faith. You know, there's no you know, there's no belief system really. It's just about being a human being, a good human being. And when you're, as a teacher, you're integrating it into the classroom. It's not something that's going to replace your curriculum. It's just something that's going to be additive. It's meant to be something that you add, right? It doesn't take away from what you do. There's a great example in terms of a math class, let's say. And you can integrate this into any content area. But let's say math. There's an example. There's a word problem. The teacher will say, okay, well, the farmer gave the farmer gave 3 cows to the son. He was so proud of the sons doing very good work. And the son felt bad because his 2 brothers didn't have cows. So he gave the 2 cows away to his brothers so that they could be happy too. And so there's the value of sharing, right? Another teacher could have said, well, 2 robbers came away and they took 2 cows, how many cows are left? And that's already not a good example, because that's showing the value of, or the non-value of thievery, right? So it's really just a small switch in the mindset and in the language that we use to communicate with each other. And again, if we have these human values as guidelines to guide our thoughts, our actions, and our words, it can make a big difference in the way we treat each other and the way we treat ourselves and the way we think about ourselves. I've been on a long journey, I feel like my whole life, and I've discovered something in human values that completely resonated with me. I feel energized, I feel like on fire. Like I said, my students really responded to this, and it's something that I want to continue to do. So here I am in Thailand at the Sathya Sai School for Education and Human Values. I'm having a great time so far. Today's actually the first official day of teaching, so I'm so excited to get in there. And like I always said, my students teach me more than I teach them, so I just can't wait to get in there with the students and learn so much more today. So thank you for listening to this video. It's a little introduction to education and human values. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. What do you think about human values? Is this something that could be helpful? There's a lot of research right now that's, you know, being a proponent of introspection and positive thinking and silent sitting, and yes, meditation. Some people, you know, that's a bad word for some people, but yes, meditation. I think it's all good. It's just in a world where we're constantly connected to everything, it's good to unplug and just take some time and think positive thoughts. And I know that's been helpful for me, and hopefully it will be helpful for you as well. So I wish you the best day. I hope that you are happy, and I'll be back with another video soon. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please share if you enjoyed, and love yourself and love the world. Have a great day.